Hello! I'm Emma and I always wanted to visit Canada. I love nature, big cities, and trying new foods. One day, I bought a ticket and flew to Toronto. Last week, I went to Canada. I was so excited, but also a little nervous because my English is not very good. When I arrived in Toronto, the airport was so big. I felt a little lost, but I quickly found a taxi. The driver smiled and said, "Where to?" I looked at my phone and said, "Downtown Toronto, please." He nodded, and I felt a bit more relaxed. As we drove into the city, I looked out of the window. Wow! The buildings were so tall, and there were lights everywhere. I saw the CN Tower. It was huge. When I arrived at my hotel, I checked in, went to my room, and took a short rest. The next morning, I visited the CN Tower. I walked on the glass floor and looked down. It was scary but also exciting. I took a lot of photos. Then, I started exploring the city. I walked around, looked at the shops, and finally stopped at a small cafe because I was hungry. The waiter smiled and asked, "What would you like?" I looked at the menu, feeling a little nervous, but then I said, "1 coffee and a sandwich, please." The waiter said, "Good choice." That made me feel happy. I was speaking English. The next day, I went to Niagara Falls. The sound of the water was so loud, and the air was fresh. I took a boat tour, and I got completely wet. But it was so much fun. I met a woman from Spain on the boat, and we talked in simple English. She said, "Canada is amazing," and I said, "Yes, it is." On my last day, I went to a park and sat on a bench. I watched the birds and enjoyed the fresh air. A man with a dog sat next to me and said, "Nice day, right?" I smiled and said, "Yes, very nice." We talked about Canada, travel, and his dog. At that moment, I realized I wasn't afraid to speak English anymore. At the airport, I looked at the city one last time and thought, I will come back. Canada was beautiful, and I learned so much.